Today we're exploring a Cold War era Air Force base that was abandoned, then turned into a correctional facility, then abandoned again, deep in the rugged and insufferably buggy wilderness of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The great thing about this place is that anyone can explore it legally. More on that later. Specifically, we're way up in the Midwest capital of abandoned everything, the Keweenaw Peninsula. Keweenaw County, way up on Lake Superior, is home today to about 8 people and 50 billion mosquitoes. Calumet Air Force Station is the name of the place. And according to Yoopers we've met, most of them don't even know it exists. I first heard about it years ago from a friend who went to Michigan Tech. And back then it was a rite of passage for students to sneak onto the base and try to find the bunker. Hearing his stories, my interest was piqued, and Tess and I finally had time to head up there over Memorial Day weekend. We're not as cool as some of these urban explorers on YouTube. We didn't don balaclavas and bring flashlights. We just drove in through the front gate with tickets in hand for a free guided tour. Why do they offer tours of this supposedly secret, abandoned military base? In the time since my friend went to college, the base was put up for sale by the county. Some history. Originally built in the 50s in response to the Korean War, the base was decommissioned by the military in the late 80s with the fall of the Iron Curtain and sold to Keweenaw County. It was briefly used as a juvenile correctional facility before that closed in the early 2000s. For the past 20 years, it's been slowly falling into disrepair. In order to keep it from falling into the wrong hands, in 2021, a group of Michigan Tech alumni and professors banded together to buy the base from Keweenaw County. They have some big ambitions for the place, but for now most of the base still has an eerie, abandoned feel. I'll link their site in the description. Throughout the summer and early fall, that's where you can go to book a free walking tour on the property, which is what we did. On the base, there's tons to see, starting with a full neighborhood of 30-some houses where airmen and their families used to live. This tour is great because they let you in basically wherever, just don't hurt yourself. Now, there weren't actually any defensive capabilities at this base. You won't see any planes, runways, or missiles. It was built as part of an early detection system against Russian planes flying over the North Pole to attack the US during the Cold War. One of the most striking features of this place is the communication towers that were left behind. These towers were part of a large network fighter jets could use to talk to each other. Of the several buildings on the sprawling campus you get to explore, the highlights are the bomb shelter, radar towers, and bunker. The bomb shelter is a building shielded within a bigger building. You can see the space between the walls. There's a briefing room full of auditorium seating, hallways with blast doors, and this other unlit space that's full of standing water. Heading back out to the highest point on the grounds, you find the radar towers. At one point there were giant white domes on top, but those were removed when the base was decommissioned. Now, the tower you can climb up offers you one of the best views in all of the UP. You need to scramble up some stairs and a ladder before you're rewarded with this panoramic view. No elevators in this place. Once on top, all you can see for miles is forest and Lake Superior. It's a great visual for just how remote this place is. And our guide says the night sky from this spot is legendary. Heading back to the bomb shelter, beneath it is the atomic bunker. This building is tucked way back from the main road. Back in the day, you'd have to explore the whole base to find it without a guide. If you see the grenades on the floor, those are from an airsoft group that rents out the whole base for a few days every year. Sounds like a wild time to me. And at the end of the tunnel, you finally get to the bunker. There's a water station, what was once an office, and room for some cots. Certainly not the coziest place to wait out the apocalypse. So if you're like me and have fallen down the YouTube rabbit hole where you watch young adults trespass in Eastern European places and really want to try urban exploring, but you're not reckless enough to actually go break in anywhere, touring this base is about as good as it gets. The guided tour is pretty much semi-supervised urban exploring with some cool facts and stories thrown in. And it's helpful to have a person to point out the weak spots in the floor. I would highly recommend checking this place out. But just like the rest of the UP, if you're going to want one of these. Affiliate link in the description. My name is Ryan, my wife is Tess. Together we are TNR for Travel, Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos. Probably not any more of abandoned places, but unless we get 1,000 likes, then we'll see.